Hey Camp Fam, Miss Mac here, giving directions in a video for our week 5 assignment, Google Drive technology assignment. So if you were with us last week, you would have created a Google Doc. If you've been doing this since week 1 and 2, then you would have also created a Google Slide. And all those things that you've been creating have been housed in one location, and that is your drive. Your drive is basically a storage space for you that's online, that exists in connection with your Google account. So everything you create automatically goes into the drive. You might have a lot of things in there that you didn't know you had. So today we're going to learn how to play with the drive a little bit and learn some cool features within the drive so you can organize things better and use it more effectively. As always, if you're on a phone, you will need to download the app to do this. I have put the link for the app in the direction, so please use that if you need to. But you should be able to do everything that we're doing in the video through the app, so shouldn't have any problems there. But as always, text me or email me if you need help with it. All right, let's get right into it. So our directions, as always, are to go to google.com, click on our waffles, and choose our drive. Now today we're actually going to stay in our drive, so that's as far as we need to go. Now let's go ahead and skip down to step 3. Step 3 in Drive is to pick out a file you want to work with. If you did last week's assignment, choose the file from last week, which is called Doc Practice. We're going to start with our Doc Practice form from last week. Okay, so let's go into our Drive and find the one that says Doc Practice. Now again, Miss Mac has a few forms and a few folders and things in here, so I'm gonna probably need to search for mine. I know mine is called Miss Mac Doc. Oh, there we go, Miss Mac Doc Practice. So now I'm going to pull that one up within my drive. Now I actually don't want to click on that, so that's my fault. Let me go ahead and hit enter here, and it'll show it all, because again, we're not going to open that document. We want to stay in the drive. So if you did what I did, which is accidentally pull that form up, go ahead and go back to your drive, because that is going to be where you want to do it. So we've got Miss Mac's Docs Practice, and we're going to go ahead and follow the next step, which is to right click on it. So when we right click, that's 2 fingers in the middle. Directly in the middle of our trackpad, we get this box that opens up. If you're doing it on the app, I believe you have to push the little dots for more, and that'll give you the same features that this box has. So when this box opens up, it shows us that we have a lot of other things that we can do with documents that are in our drive. It's not just a storage place, it's got some great organization features as well. So let's see what we want to do. Let's go back and look at our directions. Now that we have right clicked, which was step 4, we want to choose step 5, click move to, and then choose the picture of a folder with a plus symbol, name that folder technology elective, and click move here. Okay, so that was a lot. So again, we're right clicking, we get a new box that pops up, we choose move to. We have to click My Drive. If yours doesn't automatically put it into your drive, go ahead and use this arrow to click My Drive. That isn't on the directions, but you do need to do that if you don't see your folder with the little plus symbol. But once you see that, that's what you're going to do, right? Because we're going to create a new folder. And it said to call the folder Technology Elective. So that's what we're going to call it. And try your best to spell it right. Go back if you need to. But it's your folder, so if you spell it incorrectly, as long as you can find it, that's what's important. All right, once we've done it, we've typed it in here. As you can see, there's a little blue check box. We definitely want to click that. Remember, blue is the go-to color when we're in Google, so anything that's blue basically means that, like, hey, you're doing something with this when it's blue. So we're going to click that, and once we click it, it says move here at the bottom. Now that we have that, we can move that document into that folder. So now Miss Mac's Doc Practice is in our folder. So that's good. That's where we want it to be. So let's go back to our directions and see what step 6 is. Step 6, find the folder that you just created. Remember, it's called Technology Elective, and right click the folder. Then we're going to change the color, and you're going to pick the color you want the folder to be. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to give our folder a little color change. I'm for it. So go back to our drive, and then we need to find that folder. Now, Miss Mac has a ton of folders. Yours probably won't look like this, but I have to search for mine, so it's a good thing I know the name of it. It's really important to give things a name that you're going to remember, because otherwise it's easy to get lost. Okay, so here it is. It's called Technology Elective. It said for us to right click, so 2 fingers in the middle. right click, and now we get a similar box to the one we had when we clicked on the document. However, there are a few differences to this one because it's specific to a folder. One of those differences is we have the change color option. So let's go ahead and change the color of our box. Ms. Mac's favorite color is purple, but you know what? I'm going to mix it up today and I'm going to go with this dark green. So I'm clicking on dark green, and now the folder color changes to green. This is a great way for you to stay organized. I chose green because the Google Classroom for at least the 7th and 8th grade is a green color. So that helps me remember that this color goes with that class. That's a great way to organize all the different things you've created by keeping them within a folder of the color of the class they go with. Alright, so we've changed the color of our folder. Let's see what our next step is. Alright, we did number 6. Number 7 is to right click the folder again, click Add to Starred, and now you can find the folder quickly in the Starred section of your drive. I love the Starred section because when you start having a lot of things like I do, it's easy to get lost in so many documents and so many folders, and there's some things you just use a lot, and so you want to be able to get to them quickly. So again, we're going to right click on the folder specifically, and once we do, we get that box one more time. Now we're going to choose Add to Starred. We click Add to Starred, and nothing really changes on the box, but you can see that it added a little star here. That means that now all I have to do to find this folder, which was really hard for me to find before, especially since if I don't remember the name I made for it, it can be difficult. I can now just click in the Starred section, and only the things that I have starred are in this section. So it's important to only star things that you want to use a lot and that you know you're going to go back to quickly, because this can get overwhelming if you star too much. But here it is. Technology elective folder is right there in the Starred section, exactly where I put it. So I'm loving it. It's easy and quick to find. Another great way to organize. Okay, if we go back to our directions again, we're down to step 8. Step 8 says to double click the folder to open it. Right click the doc you saved in the folder and click rename. We're going to give the document a new name, Drive Practice. Okay, so we're going to also see how you can change the names to things once they're in your drive, right? So if you don't give something a name and you should have, or if you feel like the name you gave it is not really appropriate or effective, you can rename things. So let's rename that document. First, we have to double click the folder to open it. Once we double click it, we can see all of the documents that we have put in this folder. And you can add lots more things to this folder later if you want, especially things for my class, because this is where you are going to save them. Technology elective, right? All right, so that's Ms. Mac's Doc Practice. We're going to right click it again. Once we right click it, the box will appear. And now we want to choose rename. So we're going to change the name. I don't like Ms. Mac's Doc Practice anymore. Instead, now I'm going to turn it to Drive Practice because we're practicing using our drive. So, D-R-I-V-E, Drive Practice. I put the new words in, click OK, and now we can see the name quickly and automatically changes to Drive Practice. So, great, quick, easy way to change the name on a document if you find that you don't like what it's named and the name is not super effective for you. Okay, now that we've done that, let's go down to step 9. Step 9 is to right-click the file again. This time, click Remove, and the file will disappear. Okay, super cool. Let's see what that looks like. So we're going to go back, and we're going to right-click the file. And this is how you get rid of a file that you don't want. You can remove the file just like you would anything else. You're going to throw it into the trash can. So let's go ahead and remove it. So now it's gone. It disappeared. Well, that's kind of unfortunate sometimes. What if I didn't want to get rid of a file, but I accidentally clicked to remove? Or maybe I did want to get rid of it, but then later on I found out that I actually needed it. How or can I get that back? The answer is yes, you can. So you also, on the side here, along with your drive and your recent, your shared, and your starred, which we recently learned about, you also have a trash can. So you can click that trash can and it will show you the documents that you have thrown in the trash. So Google is so nice as to keep up with those things for you, even though you said you wanted to throw them away. So if I find a document that I want to bring back, like we do, this Drive Practice, all I have to do is double click that document. That's going to open the document up. Okay, so you actually have to open it up. You can't just slide it out. But once it opens it up, it's going to give me a big box that's going to ask me like, hey, do you want this to come back, or no, do you want to leave this dead? What's your point with this thing? So it's taking just a second to load, but we're going to get our box in just a second. And once we have it, it'll be really obvious how you get a document back. So here it comes. There it goes. So it asks, do you want to take it out of the trash? And that's big and bright and blue. And we're saying, yes, this was an accident, or we realized later that we wanted it back. So we're going to go ahead and click take out of trash. And now that document that was in the trash can before is no longer in the trash can. And I can do all the other things that I've already done with it. I can move it back into the folder. I can star it if I want to. I still have a lot of things that I can do with it because it's no longer part of the trash. And that's pretty much it. So if you have done all of those steps and you still want more to do, don't forget Miss Rye has added some extension opportunities there for you. And as always, there's a how-to guide that you can read and a video for those who are using the mobile app. It gives you a little bit more information about how to use the app specifically. Text me if you need help, email me if you need help, but I'm really looking forward to you guys turning this in and letting me know that you were able to effectively do work within your drive. All right, guys, thanks so much. Have a great one.